Coming up on the end of the year, how can you make and keep resolutions? The friends will show us the way. You might say that they'll be here for us. We've all been there a million times. We set goals, we set resolutions, we hold to them for a few days or a few weeks, and then it's just back to our old ways. How can we break out of this to become the people that we want to be, whether for New Year's or any time of year? There's a great episode of Friends that explores this very concept. Let's take a look.
You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no divorces in 99!
And I remember 99.
But your divorce isn't even final yet.
Just the one divorce in 99! You know what? I am gonna be happy this year. I am gonna make myself happy.
Do you want us to leave the room, or?
Whoa.
Every day, I am gonna do one thing I have never done before. That, my friends, is my New Year's resolution.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah?
Mine is to pilot a commercial jet.
That's a good one too, Phoebes. Now all you have to do is find a plane load of people whose resolution is to plummet to their deaths.
Okay, so Ross, I'm gonna try one thing every day that I've never tried before. That's a good resolution. It's measurable, it's just one thing at a time, and it's attainable. It's something you can actually do, right? Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time, based on timetable. And those are SMART goals, right? So Ross is following this, or Phoebe wants to fly a passenger jet. She doesn't have her pilot's license. She's never done this before. Even if she wants to become a commercial pilot, it's several years worth of work ahead of her. So she's not setting a SMART goal. It is specific. It is measurable. Is it attainable and realistic? No. And in the time that she has, she can't do it. So set your goals as SMART goals.
Maybe your resolution should be not to make fun of your friends, especially the ones who may soon be flying you to Europe for free on their own plane.
She has a better chance of sprouting wings and flying up your nose than you do of not making fun of us.
In fact, I'll bet you $50 you can't go the whole year without making fun of us. You know what? Better yet, a week.
I'll take that bet, my friend. And you know what? Paying me the $50 can be the new thing you do that day. And it starts right now.
Here's the thing. It's a good goal for Chandler, but his personality is he's sarcastic and he makes fun of his friends. So does he want to cut back? Does he want to cut it out completely? What is he going to replace it with? Who is he going to be? And this is a goal that's being imposed on him. And in my experience, goals that are imposed on us, we never follow through with because it's not something we chose. It's not something that we actually wanted. It's not something that we were actually passionate about doing. So I foresee Chandler not doing this for all of those reasons. With your goals, are they imposed on you or do you choose them? Are they about improving yourself or are they about drastically and dramatically changing your entire personality? Let's make sure that we're being realistic and that we're doing things that we want to do.
All right, my New Year's resolution is to learn how to play guitar.
Oh.
Really?
That's good.
Well, you know those special skills I have listed on my resume? Well, I would love it if one of those was true.
Do you want me to teach you? I'm a great teacher.
Oh, really? Who have you taught?
Well, I taught me, and I loved me.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, thanks, Phoebes.
Making goals. Have someone to back you up. A workout buddy, someone who is going to be your tutor, someone who's going to be your instructor, someone who's going to make sure that you actually follow through. What does that look like? So that's great.
Look, Blair forgot her glasses. And she's gonna really be needing these to keep an eye on that boyfriend, who, from what I hear, needs to keep his stapler in his desk drawer, if you know what I'm talking about.
Hey, Rach, maybe your resolution should be to, gossip less.
What? I don't gossip.
No.
Well, maybe sometimes I find out things, or I hear something and I pass that information on. You know, kind of like a public service. Doesn't mean I'm a gossip. I mean, would you call Ted Koppel a gossip?
Well, if Ted Koppel talked about his co-workers' botched boob jobs, yeah, I would.
Valid. Oh, and sometimes our goals come because people hold the mirror up, right? It's best if you hold the mirror up, but...
They were like this.
Hey. I just asked that girl out. Nice.
Nice, yeah. Is that part of your resolution, your new thing for today?
Yes, it is. See?
Elizabeth Hornswoggle?
That's right. Elizabeth Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle.
Don't make
You
fun
okay,
of him.
Chandler? Is there something funny about that name?
No, I just think that maybe I've heard it somewhere before.
Oh, really? Where? Somewhere funny, I'll bet.
This is great for the show. Maybe talk to your friends if they're sabotaging your goals. I called, some of you watch Cinema Therapy, I called Alan a saboteur because he knows I have health goals. So I showed up to a shoot and he bought a bunch of donuts, like gourmet donuts. It was a light, fun moment between us, but if he kept doing that, I'd have a talk with him because I'm trying to get in better shape.
Hey!
Oh, guess what? I have a date with Elizabeth Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle. Oh, this must be killing you.
See you later.
All right, Phoebes, I am ready for my first lesson.
Okay. Oh, no, you don't touch the guitar. No. First you learn here, then you learn here.
Okay.
Okay, lesson 1, chords. Now, I don't know the actual names of the chords, but I made up names for the way my hand looks while I'm doing them.
Joey's all
So then,
aboard.
this is bear claw. Okay, turkey leg. And old lady.
What an interesting approach to guitar instruction. You know, some might find it amusing. I myself find it regular.
This year, as you are setting goals for yourself, make sure that they are specific, that they're measurable, that they're attainable, that they're realistic, and you have a timetable for them. Surround yourselves with people that will support you in achieving those goals and will have your back when you are slipping or what have you. And then also make sure that they're goals that you actually want to do. Are we looking at a radical change in personality? Are we looking at something that people have imposed on you from the outside? Or is this something that you are truly choosing? That, my friends, is the path to actually getting it done. When it comes to your goals, what do you do with obstacles? How do you see things through? How have you found success in achieving what you set out to do? Or if you're still struggling, what are your hangups, right? What are the walls that you're hitting? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, I've got another Friends video for you to check out right here. Until next time, folks, keep shining because we need your light. Here comes that video. Watch it as it scrolls. Foo Fighters, right? I mean, I changed the words, but anyway, check that out.